Hi, everybody. Welcome to. Hang on 1 second here. I'm going to see if I can switch down the light just one more step. There we are. Hi, everybody. Welcome on board. Welcome to Healing with Marcus. Here we are. Greetings, beloved LEK. Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. Welcome on board, everybody. And we are here on our weekly live that we do every Monday night in order to support the collective, right? We're supporting each other. We're supporting the collective awakening that's happening, and we're supporting the field. And the field we could address as the quantum field or the field of consciousness. That is our field. Shauna, good evening, Shauna. The field of consciousness and mystic auto shaman, welcome on board. Much love, brother. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. New faces. I love seeing it. Welcome on board. So, every week we're here, and we are here to sit in these moments of inner stillness, tranquility, and to gain some more insights into ourselves and also share these moments, right? What happens within you when we're sitting here addressing inner insights or inner happenings. At some point, you start to feel that feeling. So, in order for that to work well, I always encourage you to take a few deep breaths into yourself in order to come back home. Right now, in this moment, when we are sitting here sharing this space, we are connecting through physically, it's through the internet, but we are also connecting in the quantum field, in the deeper field of awareness, consciousness. And my job, my duty is to guide us, myself included, into a deeper inner space. And of course, that is the main goal for all of us, yes? To keep coming back home to our deeper inner truths, to our deeper inner reality, and to connect and grow roots into Earth Mother, connect to Earth Mother, grow roots, which we simply do by envisioning. And either energetic roots or actual physical roots. Sierras and Sunsets, good to see you. Welcome on board. We're growing roots into Earth Mother. And as soon as we start getting used to that practice, at least in my case, and I believe it works for others as well, is that when you breathe into your body and you start to envision these roots growing into Earth Mother, you may feel a shift. A shift at the bottom of your spine and your root chakra and your sacral chakra, where suddenly we're coming back home. We are coming back home to ourselves. This is where the true you lives. Yes? This is how we, in a sense, we could call it escape the chatter, escape the noise of the world. We are going into our inner stillness. And we have a theme today called What is the Awakening? And we also have a weekly energy report. This weekly energy report, I try to keep up a little bit with what's happening, what is going on with the Schumann resonance, what's going on with the astrological charts in our world, and what's happening in our energy field. So last week we went into the shadow of the Mercury retrograde. And as we are coming in, it's starting on the 13th of this month of December, but we are already in the shadow of it, the beginning phases of it. So the simplest form of Mercury retrograde is when you start to see that electronics and traffic and other things that are mechanical or energetic in nature, electronic in nature, start to malfunction, start to have problems. We start to see that there are issues going on. That is one of the things. Another thing that starts to happen is that we can have communication problems between people. We can have misunderstandings, we can have hurt feelings. A lot of times when the Mercury retrograde comes in, it's also a lot of communication breakdown. And that is communication of many different forms. And one way to look at that, I sit with my cacao when we sit in these settings. And one way to look at that is that our energy field First, we have the whole ionosphere, the magnetic energy field around the planet that we are deeply affected by. This field is also affected by activities in the sun, when we have what they call solar flares or solar storms. And we also have energetic, where the planets are aligning, that pulls on the energy field in different ways. That's what we feel. And when Mercury goes into retrograde, it means that it moves to a different position around the sun, because we are spinning around the sun with Mercury, right? But Mercury goes at a different speed than us because it's closer to the sun. So then it moves into another part of our spinning, and it affects our field differently than what it did before. This in turn begins to affect our electromagnetic field, which we can feel, right? And we might feel out of sorts. And especially with what happened towards the end of last week, and still, was big solar flares coming in. There were big holes opening up on the sun, spewing energy towards Earth. And when that energy hits, we will feel it. We will feel tired. We will feel oversensitive. We will feel different physical sensations. And so what's going on right now, this last week, has been that we in our bodies can start to feel weird sensations. I myself had a lot of cramps going on in my legs, and they are still, when I wake up every morning, my legs feel like I've been working out, and I have not been working out. But they are deeply tired. And the cramp is still sort of lingering, hanging out. And we can see that many of us have different feelings going on in our body at the moment. And also dreams, the dream activity has become huge. Many people have had very strong dreams, and particularly a good friend of mine has had some pretty strong dreams that have become very real. They've been dreaming about them before, and then they pop up and become reality. So we are accessing deeper levels of our consciousness as this is happening. As we are being shaken up by the energy field and by the things that are coming in, we also start gaining access to deeper levels of our consciousness. And the beauty of this time, so even though it is a difficult time emotionally and energetically in certain ways, it's also a time for us when we can start to go back home. We can start coming back home more. We go within. And we start to watch what behaviors are popping up in me. What behaviors are popping up in others? What can I do to mitigate? What can I learn from the things that are activated in me right now? Are there traumas being activated in my system? Is abandonment issues coming up? Or am I starting to feel more sensitive around different things? All of this we can trace back to the shifts in the energy field, and we can also grow from it. We can use it as a platform of growth. And in that sense, it supports our awakening. What is our awakening? Right? The second part of this theme. So, but first, the energy report is it's been difficult in a sense. And sometimes you'll feel tired. You'll feel like you've been run over by a bus. You'll feel like really you might have weird sensations in your physical body. But at the same time, we are also getting more insights than before. Right, Shauna? Shauna's experiencing amazing dreams, yeah? And a lot of people are reporting this. A lot of people are speaking on the fact that the dreams are very vivid, and that many of them seem to have much deeper meanings. So start writing down your dreams, right? Write this down and see when it reflects in your reality, when it pops up, or what it could mean for you in your reality. And then we also, so that's it. It helps us to come back home. It's helping us to focus back in. Because the main purpose of this spiritual journey we're on, where we're starting to affect the field, right? The stronger you get in your inner stance, the more you grow your roots into Earth Mother, the more you take in the energy, the sun energy from Father Sun, Father Sky, the stronger you get in your energy expression. And as you get stronger in that, once we start moving into our heart space and into our body, we begin to feel the love. We begin to feel that there is a love in our system, that is what we consider the driving force of our lives. That is a sense of love. And as we start sitting in that more and more, we begin to affect the field, almost like we are all tent poles in the field holding it up. And the more of us who are connecting that way, whether it be through the internet this way, or it's in real life, or it's just in your inner meditation, you start to grow in strength and power. And as you grow, this energetic imprint that you make on the world shifts. So if we go from, let's say that we are in an unawakened state at first, which is usually when we're very, very caught up in ourselves. We're very, very caught up and worried about the future, about what's going to happen to us, what's going on. We're very stressed about certain things, and we might be stuck in our minds. We might be stuck in our programming. That is a state that, of course, that can happen to us when we are in an awakening state as well. But it's usually how it is before we begin the awakening journey. Then we have experiences. And whether they can be, and for many people, including myself, they were of a very painful nature. I have another friend who pretty much came close to physical absolute death in a major accident. That ended up helping to wake her up and started her stronger, deeper spiritual journey. I had some very deep emotional trauma that happened that helped me to move into a deeper space. That helped me to start looking at what is my part in what's going on in my life. How can I take responsibility for my inner reality, for what's happening within me? Because in my case, I had similar situations occurring with many different people. And at some point, I had to start coming back home and see what's going on with me. Why am I always ending up in the same situation over and over with different people? And in order to begin to journey inwards, I needed to see I am the common denominator, what's happening in my life. And in that space, when that happened, it was a lot easier to become, okay, what's happening within me? Why do I end up in these situations? What's my heart saying? What is my gut telling me? What is my intuition telling me that I end up in these situations? Because many people will keep continuously blaming another person for their misery, right? I can keep blaming other people out there for what's wrong with me. But over time, in my case, when it had happened many times enough, I had to look inwards. And I had to become more aware of what is going on in me, what is my inner programming, why do I end up in the same situation over and over and over, basically expecting a new result. So as I started being able to see more into these patterns, it became easier first to come back home, first to start to feel that deep inner love, and then we begin to move outwards. But we have to come back home first. In order to move this awareness out there, we have to have that awareness in here. Much like when we put that oxygen in the airplane, they always tell us to put the mask on ourselves first, then help the person next to us. And my old programming was always, no, of course I'm going to help the other person first. Of course I'm going to put the mask on the other person first. Not realizing that if there's a child next to me and I am not putting the mask on me first, I may not have enough oxygen to also put the mask on them. So then, instead of me putting the mask on me so I can live, so I can put the mask on somebody else, I wasn't able to help them, and because I ran out of oxygen and I couldn't help myself. And suddenly 2 people were gone because I was too in my old programs. So coming back home, we start to see, oh, so we put the oxygen mask on ourselves first. We open our own heart first. We sit in our own inner space first. Then we begin to help others. And it's a beautiful expression, right? It's a beautiful experience of, oh, I feel more at home in my body. Oh, I can see how these different forms of abandonment, forms of trauma, forms of aggression has created patterns inside of me that then I react the same way over and over and over until I'm able to stop that reaction and I'm able to come back home. One way to do that is to begin with our breath. to breathe deeply into our body. And as you begin that breath into your system, you can start feeling how the oxygen, the molecules, the particles of oxygen are moving through your nostrils, down the back of your throat into your lungs. And as you then begin to breathe into your whole torso, seeing if you can get your breath to reach all the way into your root chakra, your sacral chakra. If you do that right now, right? Take a deep breath and feel into your whole system. Feel into your body. See if there's anywhere it gets stuck. Is there contraction anywhere? For many of us, it's already in the chest, right? It's already in the throat. It can be in our solar plexus area. It can be in the sacral chakra or in the root chakra. But wherever we find the contraction, we begin to breathe space into it. We begin to relax and release in that area. And at times you may have to feel the feeling that's coming up. So if when you take that deep breath in, you feel that there's a contraction somewhere, go, oh, I don't like that feeling. So when that comes up, you keep breathing into that space. And instead of running away from it, instead of, I don't like it, so I'm going to escape, even if it's just with my mind, move your awareness and your attention towards where the pain, where the trauma, where the contraction is. This is how you begin to face your inner demons, your inner shadow. You begin to face what's hiding in your system. And as you do, because here's the thing, right? As you begin to face it, you're showing steadfastness. You're showing courage. You're showing that you're not afraid of facing yourself. As you begin to face yourself, the traumas are starting to release. They may come up as burps. They may come up as just feelings, releases. But if you can be steadfast in the feeling and move towards it, it loses its power over you. It loses that grip that you're always trying to escape from. There might be feelings in your system that are of discomfort. And those feelings usually make us want to escape. And as we are constantly trying to escape, we are constantly having to distract ourselves. We are constantly having to be on the phone. We are constantly having to watch the news, listen to music, always evading our inner space. That's not always an easy task to do, right? It's not always easy to come back home because we're so used to escaping. But it is the main purpose of the beginning of that journey. If you want to experience, or if you already have experienced an awakening, this is a part of that journey. It's a major part of it. But we got to start there, right? We got to start by facing what's causing us to not have the energy to stay still. What's causing us to have to move away from the pain. When you work with horses, you learn that horses move away from pressure, physical pressure. So you put your hand on a horse and you just push gently and they will move. And when you're on top of it, you use your heels to make the horse go where you want it to go. And when we start to realize that our body will move away from unpleasant pressure, that's what the trauma and the contractions are. They are unpleasant pressure in our system. But instead of moving away from it, we move towards it. It's the only way that our emotions and our nervous system, because it's all interconnected. Your emotions are interconnected with your nervous system. And as you start to breathe into your body and relax your body, your nervous system slowly regulates. This is where the body does its own healing. when you allow it. But you have to let it. If we constantly stay distracted, if we constantly keep running away, we are not helping ourselves heal. Even if it is going into tons of ayahuasca journeys. I love, the medicine world. I love psychedelic medicines. I think it's a beautiful, beautiful experience for every single one of us to experience that. And it's very necessary for many people to have those experiences, not for everybody. There are people who are way sensitive enough so they can have these experiences without medicine. But for quite a few of us, the mind programming is so strong that the medicine will help us come into our bodies and then also give us messages of what we need to learn. But if we start using these journeys as an escape, oh, I got to go on another journey to find this out, to learn more, to go deeper. Sometimes, yes, absolutely. But when it becomes habitual and you're not integrating in between the journeys, if you do it all the time, just seeking the next experience, we are not integrating the experience we just had. So we're not letting the medicine of that journey take form in our body to really kind of ground itself into ourselves. So this is where integration becomes important. And this is what we're talking about here. The awakening is very similar. It's integrating yourself to yourself. It's integrating yourself with those parts of yourself that are not that are contracted. Thank you, John and Neil. Yes, thank you, John and Neil. That's beautiful. So because here's another thing, right? One more thing here. So when you have a contraction somewhere, let's say you have a contraction around your liver or your pancreas or spleen, that contraction will be, the nerves are tight, which means the muscles are tight, which means there's not really room for you to be feeling into it. There's not really, all you feel is like tightness, but you don't really feel. Kailas, good to see you. Good afternoon, good evening. It's evening here, Kailas, but thank you. I don't know where in the world you are, but I am grateful you found us and you came on board. So as we breathe space into those contractions, you're basically starting to inhabit your body again. Meaning you're becoming whole. When we have what we call soul loss, it's when you've experienced something very traumatizing to your body or system, whether it be emotional or physical, or spiritual for that matter. But you have an experience in your life that is all basically life-threatening. And when that happens, it can be so difficult for your regular mind to make sense out of it. So parts of yourself, parts of your soul will say, I can't deal with this experience. I'm going to disappear. And when that has happened, right, and that actually gets lodged in your physical body too. So somewhere in your body, there are parts of your soul, of yourself, of your body, life energy hiding, getting stuck. Oh, Ayana! Nice to see you, Ayana. Welcome on board. So when we are coming into these places where we have a ton of contraction, you will also regain your life force energy. And that's another part of the beauty of this is, right, where you start to feel that flow of life in your system. You go, whoa, I feel more alive suddenly. Or I feel like my nervous system opened up and allowed myself to breathe better, allowed myself to feel more. That is such a big part of the awakening. Because if you look at what's going on, how our world looks, what I refer to, and many people, as the matrix, which we could call society. In society itself as a machinery will function better, at least on the surface, they think, if we don't feel a bunch of things. If we are just worker bees or worker ants, if we just go to work, do our thing, and come back, pay our taxes, do our thing over and over and over, use credit, use everything to keep the system going without feeling too much. That will secure the system for just keep going, keep rolling. So if you start to feel like, so it doesn't really, we're not ever encouraged to feel into our body, right? Like it's never, never really the case that society goes, oh, you got to feel your trauma. Oh, you got to look into yourself and sit with yourself. That's not really a popular thing to say, because we might start turning around. We might start feeling, oh, that doesn't feel aligned to me, whatever it might be. Society tells us to do one thing, but it feels wrong. And when you have come far into your own energy, you start to go, I don't think I want to go against my inner intuition. I don't think I want to go against this or that. I don't want to hate this group because I'm supposed to. I don't want to hate that group because I'm supposed to. I don't want to feel those feelings. I'd like to sit in a lot of light and a lot of love. And as we can pull away from mainstream media, we can pull away from the outer chatter, the noise, we start to find our inner sense of self, our inner peace, our inner freedom. That is a very strong space to be in. Your inner freedom is amazing. And this is where life really takes you, right? This is where we start to recognize, oh, I am life. And it's happening now. It's happening now. We are alive now. Not when we have reached 10th degree of black belt in awakening, but now. You are awake now. You are alive now. These are experiences that just keep growing. They keep getting deeper. LEK, yay. They keep getting deeper in nature, yes? Your inner awakening, and as you start to taste that, your inner honey, your essence of life, your life force, you start to feel it more. You go, oh, that felt good. Oh, I really like the taste of that. I want more of that. I want to feel more alive. I want to sit with my inner stillness more. Suddenly, it's not that hard to meditate. Suddenly, the brain goes, oh yeah, I want to feel present. And I want to relax. Because once you move into that deeper state of presence, your brain actually gets to relax. Your brain goes away from that control mode, from thinking it has to be on charge, on top of everything, and just going, oh, I feel better. And as you feel better, you do better. And suddenly life doesn't seem so overwhelming. Suddenly things that seemed so impossible are not that impossible anymore. And suddenly you're facing your fears. Suddenly you're like, oh, last week I couldn't speak to that person, but this week it wasn't that tricky. Those are pretty big movements. You may not see it. You may not be aware just how impactful and how much it means when you just shift your behaviors just a little bit. But it means the world, right? So if you look at, when we talk about a long journey, when we talk about ships on the ocean, when they start going, right? If they're just 1 or 2 degrees off their course, when they start going in a week or in 2 weeks, they've gone way off course. So the course correction, let's say that we have been off course because our behaviors of fear, of negativity, of stubbornness, whatever it might be, those behaviors have kept us in a certain space. Feeling a certain way about life, feeling a certain way about work, about everybody around us. We start to change just a little bit, just a few degrees, the course correction changes. But over time, it becomes a big course correction. And over time, even if it started with just 1 or 2 degrees, after a year or two, it's become many degrees. And suddenly you will see that what you used to feel about work, what you used to feel about your work friends, what you used to feel about the people around you is very different. It's completely different. This is where the awakening really, really grabs a hold. It becomes a journey. And it's a big journey. It's a big, beautiful journey of continued experiences, continued life expression. And as you continue to express that, you're impacting so many more people around you. And it is unbelievable. So I hope this all made sense to you. I hope you could feel some of this in your heart. I hope you could relate to some of the things we spoke about. We are now going to go into our healing session, the part of the live that is about healing, the energy healing that we do here. And we could encourage you, if you're new to this, it may sound strange, it might be strange for you. There are unusual sounds coming through. I'm opening sacred space with the drum and the flute and the rattle. And then there's a lot of things that are working through me. My power animals, spirit guides are working through me. And those vibrations and sounds are working with helping you as well. And we are connecting in the energy field. We connect in the quantum field. And in that field, the power that's running through is going to strengthen you as well. And if you have anything that you would like to release out of your system, if you have any either emotional traumas or grief or heaviness, or if you have other behavioral things or problems that you'd like help with or like to release, hold them up. We're going to envision that we who are meeting here now, that we're sitting around a sacred campfire. This campfire, the flames are blue. They're shimmering. There's white fire, blue fire, purple fire. We're sitting around this fire, and you can offer up whatever behavior, whatever feelings, whatever thought patterns you feel you would like to release. So, let's go into this. With your permission, we'll be working on your energy field. With your permission, you might be feeling things happening in your field. Oh, yahi. Yo, 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 yo. Wa ya ya ya. Wa ya ya ya. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yo, 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 yo. Deo wahi o dai. Dai o he. We invite the winds of the south, represented by the serpent, to come and hold sacred space for us, and to activate the deepest level of healing in every part of our body, every part of our DNA, every part of our physical, emotional body. We ask the winds of the east, the condor, the eagle, and the dragon, to come here and hold a sacred space for us, and and to guide us into the realm of the unseen. We invite the winds of the north, represented by the raven, to come and hold sacred space for us and to activate the deepest level of knowing in every part of our DNA, every part of our physical body, every part of our emotional body, every part of our mental body, and every part of our energy body and our spiritual body. Then we have the winds of the west. And we invite the jaguar to come and hold sacred space for us and to lend us her courage, as she is the ferocious, brave, holy warrior of our planet. So we ask that she lend us her courage into our hearts and that she holds sacred space for us. We have Pachamama, Earth Mother, and Father Sky. We ask that we be held in that frequency, in that vibration of life that we are an expression of on this planet. That we are so held by the feeling of gravity of Earth Mother, the hug, and the support energetically from Father Sky, the sun. We have Shtungel the dragon, Maya the wolf, and Bear the bear. Our power animals who are here to facilitate this healing and to guard our sacred space. Yo-wai. We have Sam and his brothers, our spirit guides. They're here to facilitate the healing and to guide us into the realm of the unseen and to guard our sacred space. We have the tribe of kings and queens of old who brings us together here. And then we come down to Umbuti and her loving energy. The ancestors on the other side of the veil, the friends and family on the other side of the veil, who functions as guardian angels looking out for us from the other side. We have life force energy itself. And then we come into our Hindu-Indian lineage, Paramahansa Yogananda, Sri Yukteswar Giri, Lahiri Mahasaya, and Mahavatar Babaji. Very high vibrations, high frequency coming in, holding beautiful sacred space, holding you in light. Lastly, we have the Norse. We have Odin and Freya and Thor, and Stafnir and Rafnir and Hugin and Munin. Why? As we sit in this sacred space together, we go on inner journeys. We release things out of our system. We breathe deeply into the body. We sit with that gratitude, that sense of gratitude in our hearts for just being alive. Why? Yo 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 yo. Yo 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 Yo, 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 yo. To the winds of the south, we say thank you. To the winds of the east, we say thank you. The winds of the north, we say thank you. To the winds of the west, we say thank you. We say thank you to Earth Mother Pachamama and to Father Sky. Mo. We say thank you to Saint Michael with the sword of light, sword of truth. To Shtungel the dragon, Maya the wolf, Bea the bear. For the sacred space and the healing facilitated. We say thank you to Sam and his brothers for the sacred space and for the healing facilitated. Te waia yahi yoa ka te o toa te ea mahi o ko taia te waia wahi o ko taia te waia. We do say thank you to the tribe of kings and queens of old, who you're all called to. And we say thank you to Ombuta and her loving energy. We say thank you to the ancestors, friends and family on the other side. We say thank you to Life Force Energy, to Paramahansa Yogananda, Sri Yukteswar Giri, Lahiri Mahasaya, and Mahavatar Babaji. And lastly to Odin and Freya and Thor, Stafner and Rafner, and Hugin and Moonin. Wa'ahi, mahi, deo. Ho'o. Mahuwak. Dayawahia. Dayawahia. We're going to end with a chant. Om Namah Shivaya Gurave Sachidananda Murataye Nishprapanchaya Shantaya Niralambaya Tejase Om Namah Shivaya Gurave Sachidananda Murataye Nishprapanchaya Shantaya Niralambaya Tejase Om Namah Shivaya Gurave Sachidananda Murataye Nishprapanchaya Shantaya Niralambaya Tejase Thank you, everybody. It's so beautiful to have you all here. Thank you, Ellie K. I'm glad we can all share this. This is beautiful. Next week, there will be a video coming up, but I probably won't be live because I will be out of town. So I'm going to have a video up at 7 p.m. next week. Thank you, Ayana, and thank you, Johnny Neal. Yay! Mm, mm. Love you so much, guys. This is really a beautiful experience. And I'm so grateful we get to share this space. I am so grateful. That inner love, yes? That inner love. So much love. Thank you, Sierras and Sunsets. Thank. And we will see each other soon again. Thank you, Ayana. Thank you, thank you. Much love, much love. Namaste and aho. Bye, everybody. Oh, Glenna.